I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies, for the hardest victory is over self. Aristotle. The difference between Laozu and Buddha. Laozu and Buddha are two of the most influential figures in Eastern philosophy and spirituality. Both Laozu and Buddha offer unique perspectives on the nature of reality and the path to happiness and truth. However, their views differ in fundamental ways, particularly in their understanding of the nature of truth and the role of the human mind in discovering it. Laozu's understanding of truth beyond the human mind. Laozu is the founder of Taoism and the author of the Tao Te Ching, one of the most influential books in Chinese philosophy. According to Laozu, the Tao, or the Way, is the ultimate truth that lies beyond the reach of human understanding. Laozu believed that the human mind is limited and cannot grasp the fullness of the Tao, and that the best way to experience it is through humility and self-effacement. Laozu taught that the key to happiness and truth is to align oneself with the Tao, which he described as a natural, effortless way of being that flows like a river. He believed that the human mind and its desires, ambitions, and attachments are the source of suffering, and that the path to enlightenment involves letting go of these things and finding peace and contentment in the present moment. Laozu's understanding of truth is not based on reason, logic, or human knowledge, but rather on a deep, intuitive sense of the Tao. He taught that the mind is a barrier to the truth, and that true wisdom and understanding come from transcending the mind and experiencing the Tao directly. For example, Tao, the way, that can be spoken of is not the constant Tao. The name that can be named is not a constant name. Nameless is the origin of heaven and earth. The named is the mother of all things. Thus, the constant void enables one to observe the true essence. The constant being enables one to see the outward manifestations. These two come paired from the same origin. But when the essence is manifested, it has a different name. This same origin is called the profound mystery. As profound the mystery as it can be. It is the gate to the essence of all life. Referring Tao Te Ching Chapter 1. Buddha's understanding of the nature of mind as the truth. Buddha, on the other hand, believed that the nature of mind is the ultimate truth. According to Buddha, the mind is the source of all experience, and by understanding the nature of the mind, one can attain enlightenment and end suffering. Buddha taught that the mind is full of illusions and delusions that cause us to see the world in a distorted way and experience suffering. He believed that the path to happiness and truth involves breaking free from these illusions and delusions and realizing the true nature of the mind. Buddha taught that the mind is inherently pure and that suffering arises from our own thoughts, emotions, and attachments. He believed that by observing the mind and understanding its nature, one can develop wisdom and compassion and attain enlightenment. Buddha's understanding of truth is based on reason, logic, and a deep understanding of the nature of the mind. He taught that true happiness and enlightenment can only be attained by understanding the nature of the mind and breaking free from the illusions and delusions that cause suffering. For example, and how, monks, does a monk live contemplating consciousness in consciousness? Herein, monks, a monk knows the consciousness with lust, as with lust. The consciousness without lust, as without lust. The consciousness with hate, as with hate. The consciousness without hate, as without hate. The consciousness with ignorance, as with ignorance. The consciousness without ignorance, as without ignorance. Referring Satipatthana Sutta, The Foundations of Mindfulness 3. The contemplation of consciousness. Differences and similarities. Laozu and Buddha offer two very different understandings of truth and the path to happiness and enlightenment. Laozu taught that truth is beyond the reach of the human mind and can only be experienced through humility and self-effacement. On the other hand, Buddha believed that the mind itself is the source of truth and that awareness and understanding of its nature can attain enlightenment and end suffering. There is also a big difference in the track record of life. Laozu lived a secluded life where he did not reveal himself to society to the extent that there was little information about his life except that he left nothing but Tao Te Ching to Yun He. While Buddha formed the Sangha, monks' community, after his realization to train his disciples and taught various lessons to anyone, regardless of religion, gender, and status. Despite these differences, there are also many similarities between Laozu and Buddha. Both believed that the key to happiness and truth is to let go of attachments, desires, and ambitions and to live in the present moment. Both also assumed that wisdom and compassion are crucial for attaining enlightenment and that the path to enlightenment involves breaking free from illusions and delusions. In conclusion, Laozu and Buddha offer valuable insights and perspectives on the nature of truth and the path to happiness and enlightenment. While their views may differ, they both provide guidance and wisdom for those seeking to understand the nature of reality and to live a life of peace, happiness, and truth. It is up to each individual to explore and understand the teachings of Laozu and Buddha and find what resonates with them in their own experiences. By doing so, one can gain a deeper understanding of the nature of reality and the path to happiness and truth. Thanks for watching.